And then when we get to the end of the broadcast, I'll want you to stop it. All right? So you
Okay.
don't have to wait for me.
All right. We are live.
Cool. My name's Lucinda, and we are 15 minutes retarded today. But that's linear. Who cares? All right. So what we decided to do today is that I would come on real quick and give you some tips, but I want to channel. And I haven't been wanting to channel. I've been wanting to maybe not because of all the messaging that's coming through. So a lot of the messages have to do with forward movement, ascension, different tips and tricks that we can do to help us throughout our day. However, a lot of people have to come into alignment of understanding, and part of that understanding is that you are different than just your physical body. You're part spirit. You're part of a lot. You're just part of a lot. Okay. Anyways, energy, yeah, physical, mental, emotional, and then you have your spiritual energy. Now, the spiritual energy is something that I really like to look at, and it seems to like encompass everything, so it works out really good. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. All right, so today what I decided to do was I was going to go ahead and channel. A lot of the collective messaging is not necessarily fear-based. Like you can tap in different places, and so the collective consciousness for humankind is very codependent right now, and also reliant on the fear structure and such that is being fed to it. And so tapping outside of that collective consciousness, right, into our spiritual consciousness or higher realm consciousness or universal consciousness. And then you can tap into a particular vibration that you can channel through and allow for it to guide you. So Seth has been with me probably since 1984. And in 1989, he was last channeled by Jane Roberts. And then he's being channeled by other people right now. And so that's really cool. I'm really happy about that. And Seth doesn't come to me the same as he did Jane Roberts. And that was what bothered me an awful lot was because Abraham comes to me. It's a collective energy that comes and imparts wisdom and lets you see like the corresponding life that you're having. Okay. And so some of it's based in law of attraction, some of it's based in what's to come, how to accept, just different things like that. So today I thought that I would go ahead and help us better lay a foundation to move into acceptance that we're like not the only people here, right? In like our experience. And so when I channel from different realms and different entities. And the beings that I sit with have beautiful energy and they're filled with unconditional love. And when they come through, what they would like to do is to better impact us, to help us become who we would like to be, who we choose and would like to be. So that's basically what happens. So, give me a second. So I channel several different beings. And right now there is Celeste who's with me. Celeste is the heavenly bodies. That's the easiest way I can describe her. And she is definitely, I refer to her in the feminine because divine feminine, a lot of people might consider her Holy Spirit energy. She's very healing and filled with like a lot of unconditional love, a lot of unconditionality, period, which is really nice. And so a lot of the messaging that we're receiving right now is that our old belief systems and paradigms are shifting because it isn't as we were most recently taught. It is as we grew up and learned ancestrally. So all of the places that we've ever been, because we're all indigenous somewhere. So all the places that we've been as humans on the world, on this terra firma, right? That is where we make our connection. We make our connection directly to Earth. The sun is what gives us our source energy. It allows us to create different things within our lives that we would like to experience. So, with those actuations, the messaging is that we need more sunlight or more photon energy, all right? And we can get that by simply going outside and stepping into the sun or sitting in meditation and allowing the sun to come in, all right? So we're going to do a grounding real fast that allows for the sun to be center stage for that particular energy, okay? So we're going to call in Ra. It's a very divine masculine energy. So as I sit with Ra, Ra has some illumination that is coming through. Some of it is things that you already know. Most of the planets right now that are in retrograde are slowing down to give you a better sense of self. This is your focus currently, is to go deeper into your heart chakra, find out what is the story and your limitation, and then allow that to be released. Come back to yourself, find out who you naturally are, and then move forward with that. Anybody who is a teacher is to teach from where they're at and what they know. You'll pick up more along the way, and it will become evolutionary. You don't have to worry so much about teaching what somebody else has taught you. It is the development of your belief system that you're teaching to others. You're teaching others how to develop their own belief system. So, what you're doing is you're basically lending them your foundation so that they have a larger perspective or a greater perspective to conceptualize that which is their experience. And it is our belief system that creates our experience. And we believe that something will take place if we go ahead and choose this, and then we have a particular outcome that we would like to experience. And that's usually how that works. With this particular energy that we're calling in right now, this energy is like the radiation of sunshine. It is passionate, explosive, ready, and your body is probably starting to zing right now, which is really good. So what we're doing is we're going to continue to call in this beautiful photon energy directly from the sun, from the god Ra, through intention. Intention is key. Right now we're down into the sacral, spleen, soul, solar plexus area, filling us up until we're beaming light. We're going to go ahead and bring in so much light that we will be imbued with light. And now we are emanating light. There you go. So fully connected to all that we are. In this experience that we're having, we are creating and evolving as beings, as well as connecting to one another and becoming fully faceted in our oneness. Understanding who we are and how we're connected is key to our evolution. It will allow us to be better able to move into the vibration of love, which is a substantial graduate from where the worldview would be. And I would like to allow that particular vibration through God's grace. I use the word God because it's easy to spell, and everybody understands that that would be like a supreme sort of oneness, which may be our collective, universal oneness. All right. And so, in that aspect, calling all of us forward to be who we're meant to be. And so that's the intention for today with this beautiful sunshine. All right. Now we're going to ground like a tree, so you'll feel instant tendrils dropping down into the earth. We're going to wrap it in the center very, very deeply. We're going to bring up all that juicy earth energy, which is our elemental table: fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. All right, great. Now, Wednesdays are hump days for me. They've always been hump days. And it feels as though I need just a little kick to get through the rest of the week, whatever that linear week looks like. And for today, now we're imbued with light. So when we go out, we'll be able to be a better vibrational match for that which we would like to attract, rather than that pivot point that we had to come from to get to where we would like to be. Lots of things can take place simply because you center in your heart and you have a gratitudinal feeling, or maybe a love feeling, compassion, grace. You have one of those really deep, beautiful moments inside of your heart, and you bring yourself fully present, and that's your heart-brain coherence that we practice sometimes. Okay, more of the collective energy is coming through, and a lot of it is that we're supposed to stay put. And by that, what I'm understanding is that in stay put, stay on the path that you're choosing, explore the belief system that you're creating a little bit more diligently, allow yourself to understand that you're a spiritual being, and that in that spiritual being, you are always practicing your spirituality. It's how you think, it's your actions, it's how your body moves, it's everything. All of you is spiritual. So as you're having your experiences, understand that you are a representation of your spirituality to yourself in all of those experiences. So if the story that you're delivering of your experience is dissatisfactory, then what's going to happen is that you're going to have dissatisfaction as a spiritual principle that you're practicing. So change the story. Seems so easy, right? What you do is you sit in the charge of what you perceive as trauma as long as you can. Sometimes we can only sit in it a moment because it's so horrendous or awful for us that we can't stay in it. And that's fine. That's no big deal. What you do is you just sit as long as you can, you release it, you let go, and then it'll happen again until it gets less and less and less and less. So it's rather than moving through or away or over or getting beyond, you're learning to incorporate who you naturally are. You're processing at the very center of where your trauma is. You're releasing it in that moment, and then transmutation happens. And so you can move forward. The next time you have that sort of experience, you'll know better what it is that you would like to do. In this heart-centered energy that you're beginning to experience. All right. We're going to push out our energy fields to give ourselves some room. We're coming into cold and flu season, so might as well boundary up. Okay? So my intention is that the walls of my energetic boundary are filled with unconditional love and photon energy, a lot of light energy that will keep me safe and free from all harm and psychic debris. Now, we often get like invitations, right, to interact. And what I mean by that is that, let's say you're having like a great day and now you're on the freeway and you're driving, and maybe 3 cars up, you see somebody cut somebody else off. And you're like, wow, what a bummer. And then pretty soon somebody cuts you off. And that just means that because you noticed that and you saw it happen to somebody else and you came into recognition of it, you became a vibrational match for that particular invitation. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means that we vibe up and down all day long. All right? So if you have an experience that you'd really rather not have, step back, jump out, and decide where it is that you would like to be. It'd be so much easier, okay? But it takes practice. All right. And you do have to recognize when you're having a shit day so that you can change it and have a better day. So those are some really, really important things that I can tell you. Something else, I want you guys to have like the best week ever. And gratitude is something that you can practice. What I like to do, we have a group. And so the group that I gave instruction to is that I would like for them to take a glass of water and put maybe an 1/8 teaspoon of some salt that you feel is beneficial to you. Himalayan pink salt, Dead Sea salt, Nordic salt, some salt that speaks to you. And it should have a designation of reverence so that way it feels like it's sort of special. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this because you're performing a ritual. Okay. And you're just going to take a little bit of the salt, like a pinch of salt. You're going to put it into the glass of water. You can have 6 ounces of water. 6 ounces is very healthy for the body. 6 is a healing. It's also a barrier for it's, if you look at it, it's actually like a spiral. Okay, so it pushes out energy that you don't want, and it brings in energy that you're a match for. So that's how it kind of works. Anyway, so your attitude of gratitude, you feed to the glass of water as you stir the salt until it dissolves. So what you do is you say things like, I'm very grateful for my life. I'm grateful for the people in my life. Oh, I'm really happy that my shoelace didn't break. However it works for you, that brings you that moment of gratitude. You do it for about a minute, and then you drink your glass of gratitude. That fills you with this beautiful explosion of who you truly are, just physically, okay? And your evolution is just magical from there. But those are some of the practices that we have right now going on, and I thought I would share it with you guys. Let's see. Monday at 12, I'll be on again. And I'm hoping to have a guest in 2 weeks. We'll see like what that looks like. And I'm really happy that you guys joined me today. I wish you well, and I'll see you soon.